Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a Scotch glass. Now if we look at the image we can see that it's a really simple shape. It's a cylinder, but it has this nice detail enlaced on the bottom side, and this is what we are going to be focusing on. So let me just center my image. Okay, so it would be almost impossible to start to model such complex shapes on a round surface. So first of all, let's try and extract the shape from the image. Okay, so I'm trying to place it as best as I can. Okay, we're gonna get the polygon pen. We're gonna go into point mode, and we're just gonna start by a friendly shape. Be sure to cut the shapes in the middle, because as you can see the middle part goes out a bit. Okay. Now we will continue making the shapes. Great. Now don't forget to, after you cut them in the middle, just add these lines, because they will help us when we pull out the geometry later. We're gonna go something like this. Okay. Now again, we cannot replicate the image 100% because you can see, aside the fact that it's bent, we also have perspective. So the idea is just to try to get the shape. Like if we look at it, we should be able to recognize what it is. Okay, so basically what I'm doing now is I'm just creating the Okay, so we're just going on creating the shape. As you can see, I'm creating only half because the rest is gonna get mirrored. Okay, so we're just going around. You shouldn't be that stressed about the quality of the shape. You know, what we're doing now is we're just trying to trace the image. This is our goal now. Just some relaxing tracing. Okay. So you can see that the model kind of starts repeating itself from here, from this point. So that's why I'm going to try and make a border, so where we know that the model is going to start repeating. Okie dokie. Let's continue. You can see that this goes into this part, so we're going to start like this. Now let's preemptively cut this shape, because we know that we're going to need that geometry. And just weld this here. Great. So here it is really important that we get the geometry pieces right, because you can see that they go up, but this part remains down. So we're gonna have like a cross effect, which is gonna look really nice. Okay, let's look a little bit, see if we can fix some stuff, but I think this looks really good. This is fine. Let's see, how does this look in 3D? Oops, what is this cube doing here? Okay, let's add a symmetry. And let's change the axis. Great, now we're gonna go into our top view. We're gonna select all of the edges that are in the middle. We're gonna scale them together. Now we're gonna make it one full shape. Great. We're gonna need to do the same thing on the border, because this is where the other pieces are gonna come and stick right on top of it. Okay, here I can see that I didn't do a cut, so let me just fix this. So this is the main shape you want to have. Here, I forgot to move this. Okay, perfect. So let's try and give it some depth. So we're gonna select all of the parts that we would like to come out. Okay, this part. And okay, we're just gonna drag them out a bit. We can see that we already get this shape. Now I could clone it, add it into a bend, and just put it around the cylinder, but I really love how we see these really soft edges. So you know that this part and this part are one piece. They weren't added afterwards. That's how it's been molded. So in order to get that effect, we're gonna have to model the back wall of the glass as well. So let's just start creating, actually just start filling out these spaces. So we're gonna add some geometry, or yeah, let's add some geometry. Something like this. Okay, nothing too fancy. Okay, so now that we've added the geometry, let's start creating the wall of the glass. So first of all, we're gonna try and make a cubic form. Okay, so something like this. Here we can go and start bridging surfaces like so, like this. I'm just gonna add another edge loop. Okay, gonna add another edge, bridge this with this, then we're gonna bridge it like, actually first we're gonna make some cuts. Okay, actually let's bridge these objects here. I mean, there's vertices. I'm gonna move this guy a little bit to the right. And here we can see that we have some artifacts because we're bending the polygon in an extremely fashion. So we're just gonna make a small cut here. Okay, now we're gonna connect this cut. Great. Now that we did that, we can actually remove this edge. We can continue the cut like so. We can remove this edge as well. And we can add some more cuts here. and here. Let's just bridge these guys together. Okay, let's do the bottom part as well. Gonna add another cut here. Okay. Great. Now for the bottom part, we're just gonna extrude these guys. We're gonna scale them. Now we're gonna move them on the 0 position on the Z-axis. Great. Gonna Control A, optimize. Now we're just gonna bridge this part here, this part here. Okay, so we have the model. Let me just change the Fong angle, like 25. Okay, so we can see how it looks. Maybe 20. Great. Let's add it into a subdivision surface. Let's add the symmetry to cloner. We're gonna see not on the y-axis, but on the x-axis, actually on the z-axis. Okay. Let's move it until it locks on, and we can see here that this edge isn't straight, so we're just gonna select the main object. We're gonna select all of the edges that are on the right side. T for scale, and just scale them in. Great. Now we're gonna go back to the cloner. We're just gonna reduce the distance until they intersect. And we're gonna have the cloner selected. Alt, no, not Alt Z, Alt. Click and add a connector. Okay, so now the edges get welded together. So if I activate the subdivision surface, they become one piece. Great. Now, what I want is to have some more defined edges. So in order to do this, I'm just going to deactivate subdivision surface. I'm going to go in my top view. And let me select a couple of points. Okay, so we know that this part is the part that comes outwards. So we're going to press K, double time. We're going to say disable visible only. We're going to click holding shift, so we snap at a 40-degree angle. We're just going to make a cut here. And we're going to make a cut right here. So you can see that without fiddling with the edge loop tool, we managed to add really nice cuts, nice and even cuts. So now if I activate the subdivision surface, it looks way sharper, but you can still see that it's from the same object. So now if we want to reinforce these edges, we can just go here and we can KL. We don't really care about the topology here because this, or actually if we would do it more clean, we're just going to save the edge mode, 0 for the rectangle selection. We're just going to select the edges that we want sharpened. And after we're done selecting all of them, we're just gonna start and bevel them. This part as well. I think this is it. We're gonna press MS. Just gonna do a nice extrude. Let's try adding one subdivision. Let's activate the subdivision surface. Okay, so they look really crisp. And all we have to do is we have to fix the edges. That's an easy fix. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna enable edge mode. We're gonna disable symmetry. And we're just gonna delete the polygons that got created from the process. We're just gonna weld these edges. We're gonna push this vertex until it welds. So now if we smooth, see, a perfect line. I'm gonna go on fixing this 3-4 parts, and then we're gonna add some edges to the right side so we get some hard edge here. So again, same fix. Let me just enable shading, edge shading. This guy is welded here. This guy gets pushed into the middle. Good. We have some problems here. You see here that we lost some polygons, so we're just gonna re-extrude them. Something like this. Weld the edges, then do the exact same thing. And the exact same process here. Let's see how this looks. We seem to forgot, yeah, this bad guy here. So we're basically applying the same fix. Okay. How does this look? Okay, perfect. And we just need to add a cut here, the cut right in the middle. So we're gonna do just that. We're gonna come here. We're gonna disable subdivision surface. We're gonna press Shift V. I'm gonna go to back. I'm gonna make this a little bit more transparent. We're just gonna start the cut coming from here. Actually, I'm just gonna cut it like this. I'm just gonna go straight. It's gonna come right around here. I'm gonna take it like this, then I'm gonna go back, go straight again, come here. And here, I'm just gonna go here, go here, here, here. And with this, I've reinforced the edge of the spike as well. Okay, so now, enable subdivision surface, much better. Here we still have some issues. Let's see what they are. Oh, so it's just this point coming too much. So we're just going to say this point, this point. Selected them all so we can move them at the same height. Great. Now let's fix this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue the cut that we made. Just going to take it like so. I'm just going to take it like this. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, I don't know what this is, but I'm just gonna remove it. Oh, it was the cut. Okay, holding the edge. So we're gonna continue our cut. I'm gonna take it until here. I'm gonna take it like this. So what we're following is that we get some nice crisp edges. Enable. Great. This top is a little bit pointy, so all I'm gonna do is just gonna continue the cut like so. Now we can actually remove that point. Perfect. So now let's look at the reference image. Let's try to guess how many of these iterations do we have. So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm gonna go to my cloner. I'm gonna say give me 8. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the subdivision surface, Control drag, press Alt G, and rename this node save. So in case we screw up something, we have a save to come back to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the connect, press C, make it editable, gonna remove it from the subdivision surface, and we see that we have this nice wall. We're gonna add a bend. Let's see which way does it go. So we can see that the bend is taking them this way. We want the bend to take them on the y-axis. So we're just gonna remove the bend, and I'm just gonna add the bend so I know which way it goes. Okay, so I'm just gonna do something like this. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna change the size so it covers all of our model. Okay, so something like this. I'm gonna remove the strength. Great, and I'm gonna lower the y-axis height. Perfect. So now, if we add this back, we say strength with the minus, we can see that we are getting our scotch bottom shape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this to another connect. So when I go here and when I add around something like this, let me just see how much did I bend it. Minus 361. Okay, that's still not enough. Closer. Great. Now if I add a subdivision surface, you can see that we get this round shape. Let's actually look a little bit into the connect. Let's say the tolerance is 0.05. So we can see here that we have a little bit of unwanted details. Why? Because the model, mainly because the model resolution is inconsistent. So for example here, if I look, see I don't have enough polygons here, so it's kind of straightening it out. Okay, no problem. I'm just going to deactivate the bend. We're just going to start by adding some cuts. Actually, see, this is why we kept the save file. So I'm just going to remove this, going to hide. I'm going to copy the file from our save node, open it, and I'm just going to start editing this file. I'm just going to add it some edges. Okay, this just up. Did we ruin the shape? Actually, yeah, so I'm going to undo this. Let's see, where can I add some more edges? Well, I can start one from here, going like this, going up. Okay, here we have enough. Here, I think we could just take this guy, send him like so, then go back. I'm gonna take him like this, here, here, here. So basically I'm just adding some geometries, so when it bends the object, it has more to work with. I don't know why we have a triangle here. Oh, because of course we we beveled the edges. So we're just gonna go like this, remove. I'm just gonna create 3 cuts. I'm just gonna create another cut by taking this, going like so. And again, I can't do this right now because this is a relatively simple object. So what we are doing, if you look closely, is just we're adding geometry. We're adding geometry in a way in which we are trying to be non-destructive of the form. Okay, just gonna add a little more details here. Now, you do want to keep your base, so don't overdo it. If you feel like it's ruining the shape, the geometry, maybe take a step back. But until now, I didn't add any edge that I feel like will ruin the shape of the model. Okay, let's smooth it up. What did I ruin? Nothing. Looks good. I don't like this part here, so I'm just gonna disable it. Come here. Gonna add a supporting edge. Gonna add a supporting edge. Weld them together. Pull this guy a little bit here. Okay, I'm just gonna add another supporting edge. So by doing this, now I can remove this edge. Oh, okay, it needs another edge. So it wants something like this. Okay, can do. Again, yeah, now it's looking way better. And of course, this being a symmetry, the other part would be identical to this part. Okay, make the connect. Actually, I'm just gonna take this version and copy it into the save file as well, because I really like how it came out. So making the connect editable, adding this into the new connect, adding the bend modifier. And again, yeah, it's going in the wrong direction. Rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis. And we're just going to start and change the shapes. Let me just go here and see what size it has on the y-axis. Is this the y-axis? Nope. This is the y. Yeah. So I'm trying to add the perfect, yeah, the perfect measurements. And this one is the last. Okay, it's not. This here, this here. Okay. Adding this back, I'm gonna say minus 360. And now it should snap right in place because the measurements are the exact ones of the object. Enter. Enable subdivision. So we see now that it looks way better. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a save file by copying this into the save null again. I'm going to make the connect, right click, current state to object. Then this can be deleted. Oops. Let's drag this out, delete the subdivision. And now we can see that we have, let me just center to object. So now we can see that we have the base of the glass. So basically the hard part is done. We're just going to select this. UL, select boundary loop. What we could do is I could save the points. I could say points to circle. And I could watch as my whole mesh is destroyed. Let's try that. Yeah, you can see that it's selected. Okay, so actually here when it met, it didn't do a great job. So let me just undo this. Let me just go display, activate the subdivision. Yeah. So even though I put the exact same measurements, the object was still overlapping. So that's nice. Just delete this one. Okay. Enable the connect. Go here. 0.5. Nope. 0.2. 0.22. 0.23. Okay, we're getting there. 0.25. Perfect. So now create again a copy because the first one wasn't good. Make editable. Okay. So now again, let's select the outer edge, circles to spline. Press T, scale it until it has the correct size. We can maybe rotate it a bit. Let's see, does it match? Yeah, matches perfectly. Select the edges. Let's just extrude it out a bit, kind of like so. We can see here that it goes down a bit. So again, select the bottom edge, press D, scale, select the points to circle, okay. So points to circle doesn't work every time. This being this being a scenario where it doesn't work, so we're just gonna. Actually, why isn't everything? Let me configure optimize. Let me set it again, and let me try this again. Okay, T for scale. Yeah, yeah, we're getting a Star of David here, so that's always you can interpret that sometimes as a bad sign. So let's just continue how we were going to do it, like this. Extrude down, scale, go down a bit. Now we're making the support, scale inwards, up, and scale. Oops, scale once, scale again, and then press MQ. Adjust. Well, we're gonna press KL to add some supporting edge loops. Let me just go to perfect. Now what we could do is we could go here and add just a loop to hold this in place. We're gonna add another loop here to hold it in place. Great. Now let's add the thickness. So we're just gonna go here. We're gonna extrude once. Maybe that's too much. Something like this. Then extrude downwards. We're gonna extrude in, then push it back a bit. Okay. Extrude in, then push it a little bit back. Now extrude inwards, then MQ weld. Let's add some supporting edge loops. One here, one here. So you can see that now we have this Scotch glass. Just move it into position. But now if we look at it, we can see that the top is a little bit more big than the bottom. This doesn't just go up from here, it goes like it's on an angle. So now we have this complex geometry. How are we going to modify it? Well, we're going to add an FFD. We're going to add a little bit more points. 5, 5, 5. Actually, I don't want to add any points on the height. Great. I'm going to go to point mode. Select the bottom. Scale it inwards. Something like this. Select the top. Scale it outwards. Something like this. And we can see that this looks already way better. And if you had like a complexer shape, you know, something like this, you could just add points. Select the points, scale inwards. You know, if you want to have this like tequila shot shape, you could do something crazy like this. And again, it's better to do this before you add thickness to the glass, because we can see, or actually you could just add like polygons here, because now the FFD is moving these polygons, but in the interior side it didn't have any polygons to move. So now that we've added it, yeah, now it looks fine. And you could do something like this. Okay, but one more cool trick. So like, let's remove these guys. Let's say you wanted to have the edge, because I really like the Scotch glasses that start out round, but then at the top they get like cube shaped. So what you could do is, let's try to add an even number. So 6, 6. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna select this row and this row, move it towards the edge. Then I'm gonna select this row again, move it closer towards the edge. We're gonna do the exact same thing for the other side. Okay, and now we're gonna do the exact same thing for this side. We're gonna move it close. Okay, now we're gonna take this part, move it like this. Okay, so now let me just hide the 50. Now we get this really interesting shape. And again, the easiest part is to do this modification without having the interior in. Let me just smooth it out. So this looks beautiful. And again, like if you want the blocky part to start coming, for instance, from here, you could just go to the FFD, point mode, add some points, and only after you added the points, start making it blocky. So instead of the blocky shape coming from here to here, it would just start from here to here. So with this being said, let's get a nice render out of it. Let's add a plane. Let's make it big. Now let's add some textures. Let's create the glass, new material. I'm going to go to reflectance, add GGX. I'm going to go to transparency, enable. I'm going to go here to the refraction preset. I'm going to say glass. How does jade look? Okay, so jade is 1605, glass is 1517. Okay, add this. Add a sky. Let's make a test render. Okay, looking awesome. We could add ambient occlusion. Now, what we could add is a reflection texture. So something that it would give it some nice reflections apart from the sky. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this texture. No, I'm gonna add a sphere. Center it on the object. Make it a little bit bigger. Add the material. Add the color of the material to the luminance channel. Enable, go to illumination, enable global area light. Hide in viewport, right click, the compositing tag. Seen by camera, no. Cast shadows, receive shadows, no. Seen by ambient occlusion, no. Great. Let's add a material for the table. Let's just add something like Okay. Let me go to the glass material. We go transparency and lower it down just a bit so we get some nice reflections. I'm going to go to reflection and just take it down a notch. I'm going to default specular. I'm going to make it sharper because that's how glass has specular. Okay. Let's have a test render. Okay, so the render took around like 2 minutes and 9 seconds. I think I'm gonna cut that out. It looks really good, but I think the reflections are kind of overpowering the glass. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the background white. Make it a tad bigger. I'm gonna go here to the glass, transparency. Then I'm gonna change the reflection, dim it down a bit, and then I'm gonna go into the reflection settings, into the emissive texture that gives us the reflections. And I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say filter. And here I have a saturation. I'm just gonna take it down a bit. Something like this. I'm gonna take this material, paste it into the color. And now I'm gonna render again. So I like how this is coming out, but again, the reflections are just too strong. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say 2%. Let's see how 2% works. Because again, I like it to have reflections, but when they become overpowering, yeah, so we can see that the image from the HDRI is being seen not so much by the reflection, but more from the refraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sphere, show it, press D, just scale it up a bit, you know? I feel like it's giving too much detail into our scene. Something like this. Let's give this a test render. Yeah, so from the get-go, you can see that now it's a lot more cleaner. So let's see how it comes up. Yeah, so let's start by removing the physical sky. Okay, let's get that angle that was in our reference image. Okay, so it's already starting to look way better. Let's add a background. So I'm gonna go like here. I'm gonna select the fill tool, just extrude it up. Let's add like this black, no specular background. Okay. UL, select add material. Add the white material on the bottom. Okay. Let's try rendering again. Let's go to the white material and disable the specular. Make it perfectly white. Maybe go to our reflection, take it down a bit. And the specular, let's take down the strength, something like this. We don't want it overpowering. Okay, let's set the camera so we remember where we were. Now let's have this selected. Alt, click, add a target light. Great. Now let's move this target light. Something. Let's see. Where did it have lights from? So I'm going to assume that it had an array of lights because we can see the specular. So let's take this light. Let's just have 1, 2, actually 1, 2, then let's rotate them. 3 and 4. Let's go back here. Show the model. Let's take these guys down a bit. Okay. Hey, what if I go here and I say just 1.3? Let me just go and take the reflectance really down a bit. Specular, make this a little bit smaller. Okay. Smaller than that. So I think that our biggest enemy right here is the reflection probe. Let's try disabling it. Going back to our material. Transparency 1.3. Okay. Yeah, so basically, yeah, what was happening is we couldn't see the sphere. The reflections couldn't see the sphere. But the refraction was seeing the sphere. Now, what if I add some blurriness? Like, not a lot. Maybe just 1%. Okay, yeah, because if you look here, you can see that this is crystal clear and this part is really blurry. And the distance between them isn't so big for me to think it's depth of field. So let me try to render it again. Yeah, exactly. Now you can see that we're getting this frosted image on the background and this really clear image in the foreground. Now let's try adding something in it. Like, let's just go select the class, if I can. Let me just ul. How much do we have? Like, let's take this up to separate it. I'm gonna set this to put them in a null. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna see, well, the drink is around this level, so I'm gonna cut it. Select, delete. I'm gonna go here. Select, extrude once. Again, and again, just MQ. And we have our drink. Now let me create a material for it. Now let me think. The drink is transparent. Absorption color, let's do something like this. Absorption distance 20. That's a little bit too little, like 50. Okay. Add the Beckman. Go to Fresnel, add the electric. Go to the specular. Let's maybe do something like this. Let me add the material. Let me try a render. So we can already see that this is looking beautiful. Let me see, what color does it, like how does the texture look? It's a little bit more orangey, isn't it? So we just go here and try and drop pick. Yeah, it's more of this color. Now let me just say 20. Okay, 60. 100. Yeah, that's too much. 50. Let's make it yellow. Okay, something like this. Okay, so let's just try here making this just a tad. Okay, now let's start going like 30. We can see that we have this intense color that is losing its edges. So let's try 20. Okay. Let's go. Let's have a look. So it's still coming out as red. Let's try 50. Just gonna go to the image, like this. So it's a lot more closed in. So it's something like this. You can barely see the background. Okay. And now, because of the light sources, we're gonna get to see the top of the glass. And here, this is because of the liquid material specular. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the material. We're gonna pop out of our camera. We're just gonna make this like a really solid edge. Okay. I'm gonna go to my glass. And I'm gonna say blurriness 0.4. Let's see how this looks. Let me activate the subdivision surface. Because if you look, the back is way more blurry than the front because you're basically seeing it through one layer of glass, then you see through the interior layer of glass. So the blurriness on this side gets doubled anything we do. Okay. I'm just gonna go to the glass material and just say, look, blurriness 0.1. I'm gonna go here to my material, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add, so now I'm just gonna add a little bit more specular to the drink material. Just gonna rise it up again. Let's try and see how this affects. We just go disable the transparency. Let's just see how does this get affected. So let's try something like this. So now in the glass texture, we have the minimum amount of specular. Maybe we can make just a little bit wider. I'm gonna go back into the drink material, enable transparency. Okay. Apart from this, maybe the lights could be a little bit more visible. Let's give it a render. Okay, so now we can see that it's starting to get the effect that we want. So we can start preparing this for the final render. Just gonna rotate it something like this, because I want it to be visible that this has a particular shape to it. Okay. Now I'm gonna select all of the light sources. I'm gonna press T. Just do something like this. And go settings, anti-aliasing, best, and now we're gonna wait for a render. Now this is gonna take around, I'm guessing 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll see you when it's done. Okay, so this looks really nice. What I'm thinking of adding is, well, first of all, some reflections. I mean, some shadows. So I'm gonna go here, select all the lights. Say something like shadow soft. I'm gonna remove the glass texture and see how they look. Perfect. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the material here and I'm just gonna add reflections, disable specular. I'm gonna say add a Beckman, Fresnel, dielectric, or actually conductor. Dielectric. Increase it a bit. Let me enable the specular. Okay. Render again. So you can see that we start getting the reflections of the glass. So we just have to go to the Fresnel and just, let's try half. And nice. Let's move the camera down a bit. Render again. Perfect. So now we're gonna reapply the glass texture. Let's take a quick render, see how this looks. Okay, so the render is done. We can see that it looks really good. We can see the sharpened edges. So here it's all around, then it goes up and it becomes a cube. The models look flawless. You can see here how they become one with the base of the glass. And of course, here down we have this nice reflection of the glass. So this has been it. I hope it's been useful.